Okay, so what is the best multi-bit screwdriver solution that I have in my roster? And today we're going to be taking a look at three different multi-bit screwdriver solutions that I have that I've come across that I use. And I'm going to show you sort of their unique differences and features and why you might want to consider each of these either for yourself or for somebody else. And so we're going to start off today with the ones right here at the front. These are two bit holder driver handles that I made myself. These are custom. They were made using one of these screwdriver handles. So this is a Craftsman. It's a Craftsman SL quarter inch CMHT 65014. And that's because this is the bit size that they're talking about and the shaft size for a quarter inch. So that's their classification for that. And what I did was I popped the handle off of the shank and I made these two screwdrivers, one after the other, because I made this one first and it's got some problems. And this is sort of the upgraded solution. So I'm going to show you the one with the problems first, because that'll be the easiest for us to talk about. And let me just make sure I have a bit here. Okay, so the first one. This is the first one I made. I made it because I thought it would look cool with a red bit holder at the front of it. The problem with it is that this bit holder, the actuation is that it goes back. And so what that means is that when you put the bit in and you lock it in place, uh, when you are doing anything, the two things that might happen is you might bump it into something or bump it with your finger, and anytime that happens, you lose the bit. It's got a magnetic retention in it so that it doesn't actually lose it, but it's really annoying if that's happening all the time, or if you're like trying to get into a spot and you're trying to hold it and then push against it in order to screw. Well, what happens? It comes out again. So two use cases where that bumping out is just really not the greatest thing. Why do you want this style of a bit holder? It's actually really good for a quick change because from your fingers, you can just pull it back and put the bit in and go to your next screw, right? So as long as you're not bumping it, it's quickest to do it that way. That if you want a quick change bit holder, that's the quick change one, but I don't think that it makes it as the cut for our best one. So I'm going to show you the next one to show you why we have what the upgrade is on the next one. So this is the second one that I made. And the difference here is that this is a Bosch impact bit holder. Uh, oh, come on. Focus camera. Get over here somewhere. Is it going to do it? Come on. There we go. Okay, I know I have to put it up in the frame. Okay, so this is a Bosch uh, impact driver bit holder, right? And so the actuation here is actually forward, which is different from the other one. So it's a little bit harder to switch your bits because you got to do it. You got to push forward, put the bit in. But then once it's in, you're golden because now the two problems that you had before, if you bump it, nothing happens. Nothing happens. You have to actually like really, really actuate it in the opposite direction in order for something to happen, and that's exactly what you want. Then the other thing is that when you want to go and drive in and bear down on something, oh man, it's perfect now. It's perfect. You can spin this either direction. You could spin on anything just like right there, you know? And so like this is like the golden screwdriver as far as I'm concerned, because you can take this and now it's just a bit holder too, right? You could put anything in there. You could put longer bits. You could have longer screwdrivers if you need longer screwdrivers, and all you're then doing is buying bits rather than buying the screwdrivers. And these bits are impact bits, so they also go for your impact driver as well, your power driver. So this is the way that you could probably save yourself some money. Or if you know somebody that works in any field where they're using impact drivers and impact bits, and they need a screwdriver and they're carrying something around that's heavy, you could you could get them this. You could make them one of these to put in their back pocket, and then all of their bits suddenly become screwdrivers. So something to think about maybe if you want to do something special for somebody is make one of these. So I'm just going to show you really quickly how you would even do that. So what you would do is you would buy this screwdriver, the model number, the one that we talked about at the beginning. I'll just show it there again, right? Buy that screwdriver, and you would buy the impact bit holder, which is actually made to go into an impact driver. So it has a shank on it that's a hex shank. It'll fit into the square diamond shaped hole because it's actually a round hole. So the hex will fit into there pretty nicely. And you can buy each of those parts individually. And then, so how do you get the handle off of this shank? What you do is you take 2 washers, right? And washers have a smooth side, which is the side that's rounded, right? And then a sharp side, the flat side. It feels like a little bit of an edge on a blade there, right? What you do is you put the 2 edges in together so that it's smooth on either side, right? And you stick your screwdriver down through there, and you put that in a vise so that it's being held like that. And then you pick up the top washer, and in between there, that's where you pry with a crowbar, right? And when you pry with the crowbar, you can keep moving the shank around if you have to move it to adjust it so you get more grip, but you can just pop the handle right off eventually if you keep doing that. So that's how you get a handle off really easily without damaging it. And then once you have it off, it's a really simple operation to line up the bit that you want to put in, put it down on something that you're not, like I have an anvil on my vise, so I put it down on there, and then I just tap it down with like a wooden mallet so that I don't break it. Just lightly, you just tap it down until you get it in and get it nice and seated, and then you have a perfect bit holder screwdriver handle that'll basically take any kind of hex 1/4 inch bit, which is like the standard. Everybody uses those for everything. So even the ones that you have for your other screwdrivers and stuff will fit into this now, and you have that like just spin on a dime. You know, you can do it forever. So this is my vote for like best like precision specialist tool that you're going to like use to do exactly those jobs, right? Like this is for somebody who's going to actually use it like that. If that seems a bit complicated, we're going to move on to some of the other ones that I'm going to show you, but this is like really good screwdriver. If you're looking for something to give somebody for Christmas, this is a really quick, easy way that you can make something that's custom that they literally couldn't buy this in the store, or they could buy something similar, but it wouldn't be as nice as mine. Just telling you. Come on. All right. So that's the first one. That's the Craftsman, right? Next, we're going to look at, this is like your most utilitarian, all around best multi-bit screwdriver that I've ever come across in my life. I've had this one here for probably, I want to say it feels like 25 years, but it's probably 10 years. Or no, 20, 25, 20, 15, 20, something in that range, not 10. Pickwick Canada. It's like a classic one, right? The bits in this one are not all original. Some of them are loaners and donors and things that we've picked up over the years, but this is like old, trusty rusty that sits in the workbench bucket of things that, you never get rid of this one because it's the original, right? But I have these other 2 that sit on my workbench now at all times. And these are like the 2 best screwdrivers for just if you had to put something in your pocket and you wanted like to have like a good selection of bits and you wanted something you weren't going to lose them. They were easy-ish to interchange, right? Like because they're slightly sticky. I'll show you, right? It takes a little bit of effort to get it out. It takes a little bit of effort to push it through and to pick out another one and put it in, but you want it like that. The reason you want it like that is because like it's a tank. You drop this, they don't all fall out all over the floor and go scattering, and you gotta chase them and look. It's like this is like your bomb proof. You're always gonna have the next screwdriver. So when you're up on the ladder, right, and you're taking apart electrical boxes, and you're going from one screwdriver to another, instead of using one where you're gonna lose the bit as you're messing around with it, right? These are the ones that just feel the nicest, like you're not going to lose the pieces, right? And you have, let's see, 6, 7, 8. I guess it's 7, but it's 7 plus 1 or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, 6 barrels plus 1, so that's why it's the -7. I should have looked at that. Of course, duh. All right, no. Sorry, guys. But this is the one. This is my vote. Not those ones, not these ones. That's my vote for the best screwdriver in existence. Um, the Pickwick Dash 7, because it's the most comfortable to use one-handed. Anybody could use this. Anybody could use this screwdriver. Somebody with small hands, like a kid, or your wife, your sister, your mother, your aunt, like anybody. This is the one that, like, if they need something to put in their drawer or something, like, even if they, hey, put it in your purse, put it in your back pocket, carry it around with you because you need something, a tool, an actual tool that you can use because you run into this kind of problem. This is the one, right? Because it's small enough. It's small enough that you can fit it in your back pocket and it doesn't feel like it's like a big thing. Like you just put this in your pocket. That's good. Good to go. You got everything. And if you want to, if this is too jabby, you can take it, you can just put it down in one of the holes, just like that. And that's how you carry it in your pocket so you don't poke yourself. And you got all your screwdriver bits. You could even probably load up even more screwdriver bits just like that, right? Yeah, you could carry like a ton, right, of just everything that you ever needed, all right there in one package. And it has just a big enough handle that if you have to, you can do the two-hander where you grip it around there and you twist so you can bear down and put some energy, but it's a little short, right? You wouldn't want to be doing this all day if you were working on like multiple screws all day long. You had to screw in like a whole board full of plywood, plywood board full of screws. You wouldn't want to be doing it with a knob that big. Not for very long. It's like it's not bad. It's great, right? If you have small hands and you're just doing a few things, perfect, right? So get one of these and just put it in your kitchen drawer, wherever you want to put it. That's the one, right? And I'll actually show you here. That's the original. These are the two that I have in my bucket. These are like the household ones that, like, my mom and dad, when they need to do something, they can come and borrow these anytime they need to. They're in the bucket. Anything in the bucket, they're allowed to just grab and use if they need to, right? They also make, like, this is an Allen key version in case you might need like hex Allen key type stuff in screw form, right? They make those as well, and there's a bunch of others. They make SAE and metric. They make the whole 9 yards. This is the one that I have in my electrical troubleshooters bag. Well, if I can say words properly, I just like the color on that one. That's pretty. You know what I mean? And like emerald green, and you only need one of these, really. Like you pick your color. We got, my mom has a blue one. There's a set of blue ones floating around the house somewhere. And so let me just go back to the red one just for a second. So that's it. That's the best multi-bit screwdriver in existence, because you can also take these. You can still do this with it. Hey, look at that. Isn't that like a nice shiny piece of candy? Don't you want to eat? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the one. That's my vote right there. Okay? But I'm going to show you why you might want some of these other ones, why I have this one in my collection too, right? Obviously, because this is the one that you do use if you have, like, if you're taking apart something and you have a lot of screws you got to take out, or you're putting something together and you have a lot of screws you got to put in by hand, and you don't want to wear your hands out with the other one because it's small. This one, when you have it in the double hand, it's a two-handed screwdriver, right? I have way more grip, way more stuff I can hold on to here if I have to bear down and just get into something, right? So that's why it's that size and that shape, but it's a bit heavy. I wouldn't want to carry this around in my pocket. It's a bit big, even though you can still make it safe to carry, right? It's like, it's not something you want to have every day. This is the one that you keep in the toolbox, or in my case, it's like a tool caddy. But that's the best one, guys. So Pickwick, okay? It's a Canadian company, right? Pickwick Dash 7. That's the best screwdriver you can possibly buy, in my opinion. Buy it for all your friends, buy it for your mom, buy it for grandma, because you never know. You never know when you need something, right? This is the one. All right. Just going to show you two more bonus ones just for fun. All right. So these are ratcheting screwdrivers. What that means is that there's actually a ratchet movement in it. So these two arrows here and this screw and this notch line up. Right now it's not in ratchet mode when it's on the screw, and so it just works like a normal screwdriver. But if I switch it to a ratchet direction, what it means is that then in one direction it ratchets and one direction it moves. So now I don't even have to spin it in my hand. I can just do this to go in, and then I can switch it to go out. So that's what a ratcheting screwdriver does. Reason why I don't think that this makes the cut as the best screwdriver, multi-bit screwdriver in existence, even though it is a very nice screwdriver. There's two things that hold this one back for me, and actually it isn't because this never seated properly, and it's hard to change the bits. Okay, there we go. Right, just doesn't seat. That's me. I tried looking at it to see if I could fix it. The whole thing is that it still works, even though it doesn't seat properly. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. It still works. It's not broken. Don't fix it. What are you doing, Andrew? Just leave it. But the actual problem with it is too heavy. This is like, if I compare these two, this one's like 3 times as heavy as this one, and I don't know why. Right? This is heavy, and this one is like light. Like you could just do whatever you want to do with that one, but this one, not so much. So, I'm gonna say it's like a novelty tool that you would use just for certain instances where you wanted to have that ability to not have to. It's like delicate work, right? We're taking something out. That's what this one's for, because it's really heavy, guys. I'm just trying to be honest. And the retention on these guys is just, it's not the greatest, right? Like for this one, if I did happen to drop it off of something, the only bit that might fall out would be that one, and it's stuck in there pretty good. It doesn't want to come out when it's actually in there, right? But this one, like the front one's stuck in, but these just feel like slip and slide in there. Like it's like, I'm not going to say that it absolutely would come out, but it just doesn't have the kind of feeling that I was kind of expecting from it, where it's like satisfying. It feels not satisfying to me. That's just me. Other people might very much enjoy this tool. It's just, I'm just commenting on it from the perspective of like what holds it back when I'm thinking about these two tools. Okay, and so lastly, but not leastly, this is a vintage one. This is a vintage ratcheting screwdriver. Just thought I'd show you guys because this is probably the tiniest, cutest one that I've ever found. It does have bit storage in the handle. Unfortunately, I don't have any bits. Not for this size. I just haven't spent the time going and trying to find old screwdrivers that are the right size, that are destroyed enough, that are worth cutting down to turn into bits. But eventually, maybe that'll be a project for the channel. But I just wanted to show you guys sort of what this looks like. Usually it has a lock on it, so that when it's down in this position, that's like your teeny tiny screwdriver, right? And actually what it is it's also a drill. It's a 2-directional drill. Used to use these back in the day. You might have seen one in an old movie of somebody like trying to get into like a safe or something, or trying to get pins out of a door, or, you know, they used to use these as just props for movies and stuff, right? That things like that. But basically you have your 3 directions, so forward, and like the front here, remember the spinner on the other one? It's like a spinner on this one, right? So you don't even, it's spinning, but your hand isn't having to deal with making up for it, right? And you could put it into, what, it's a bit tough to move this switch. Let me see if I, come on, it's going to go all the way to the other end, isn't it? Oh, doesn't want to move right now. Oh, maybe I've moved it. Oh, there we go. Okay, to push it in. There we go. They put a safety on the switch, and even I can't figure it out. Okay, so there's locked, right? Doesn't go in and out anymore. You could do that to put it in your toolbox, I guess, just so that it doesn't get damaged. And we'll go one more. and now it's in reverse. Now it's going the opposite direction. So if you had to take a screw out really quickly, you could do it with a tool like this. So just like a really nice, actually, I like that it actually has that safety feature on it, because some of the other ones I have, they just slip and slide. So there we go, guys. Just another little one that's like, that's the stuff that lasts. That's the stuff that lasts from like previous generations, and you look at it and you're like, man, what happened? What happened between here and here? Some cool stuff, but man, like this one seems a little over-engineered now. This Even this one's pretty nice and light. Cool to see some more like these make a comeback at some point, but that's just me, you know. So, best multi-bit screwdriver solution in existence. The Pickwick Dash 7, guys. All the rest of these, forget about it. This is your baby. This is the one you want, you know? All I want for Christmas, that's the one. That's the one, guys. All right. So hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you liked checking out the video, and we have many more videos coming up here on all the fun things that you can do with you know, great tools and you know, good ideas. So we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Cheers.